it's time for More Money with Matt Moore and Jay Money. Always great to see you guys. We're going to get your best bets for tonight in just a moment. But since this is the first time we're all together in the new year, we're going to start by getting some NBA resolutions for 2024. Matt, why don't you tip us off?
Yeah, let's go ahead and let's start with the Atlanta Hawks. My New Year's resolution for the Atlanta Hawks is get your shit together. Okay? The Hawks are 7-25 against the spread. 7-25 against the spread, the worst mark in the NBA. They're on track to miss their win total by 9 wins already. They are already up against it. There's a lot of talk in league circles that this might be what's being called a reset year for the Hawks, where they try and install some new things that they're going to use going forward, evaluate talent. There's talk about them trading DeJounte Murray. Trae Young's actually kind of figured some stuff out and is having a better season, and they're still garbage. The Hawks have so much talent. They have good coaching. For the love of God, Hawks, get your shit together.
Woo! Love the enthusiasm, as per usual. Jay, what's your NBA resolution?
Yeah, I'd like for the Suns to get their shit together as far as defense. I think they can do it with offense, but if this team starts playing some defense, I really do still think that they can make it to the NBA Finals, especially when they have the big three in there: Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant as well, and also stay on the court as well, man. This team just can't put it together as far as not being injured there. But if they can start playing some defense, I definitely think they have a pathway to make it to the NBA Finals. So, Suns, get your shit together on the defensive.
So apparently a lot of people need to get their shit together. My NBA resolution is for the Brooklyn Nets. And I say this, be careful with your culture, Nets. Because, as you guys know, last week on December 27th, they played the Bucks on the second night of a back-to-back, treated it like a preseason game, sat 3 of their starters, barely played 2 others, despite one of them being Mikal Bridges actually wanting to play. This was a winnable game. They were down 1 in the third quarter. You could have made a statement against one of the best teams in the NBA, but no. And guess what? They've now lost 4 in a row, including 1 to the Wizards. When you're not trying to win, that's not okay. And the players are seeing that. Bad for the culture. Don't do it. And I am somebody who, I get rest at times to an extent. This was not the way to do it.
You know who's missed a lot of back-to-back so far this season is Jimmy Butler. Let's move on.
Well, Jimmy Butler is also injured, Matt,
right now.
as I mentioned. But listen, I know you have one more resolution for us, so why don't you give it to us?
Yeah, and this one isn't somebody who needs to get their shit together. By the way, we're talking about this as if it's everyone after the new year is trying to be this is going to be the year. I'm going to stop going out and drinking till 3 a.m. and I'm going to get my love life in order. All those things that young folks say in the New Year's never winds up happening. This one, though, does involve a young player. It's Jalen Green. Look, Jalen Green this year has actually bought into a lot of the stuff that he needed to do over the last couple of years. He is trying to play within a system. The problem is that Jalen Green does not seem to be a player who can function that way. His efficiency is at absolutely horrific levels. It continues. He is one of the worst jump shooters off the dribble this season. That's supposed to be his role. We're seeing a lot of the guys from the G League Ignite struggle in the NBA because they don't know how to play structured NBA basketball. The Rockets are much better this season, but they need Jalen Green to be the guy they drafted number 2, to be a superstar level player. He has done so many of the things that he needs to do. He's working more on defense. He's trying to work quality shots. He's not breaking the offense, but he's going to have to produce. This is the bar if you want to be a star in the NBA. Jalen Green really is up against it because if he doesn't figure this out, Houston's going to have to go in a different direction. They've got bigger priorities. They've got Alperen Sengun, who looks like a star. Jabari Smith Jr. has turned a corner. Jalen Green needs to keep up with his fellow young guys in Houston and turn a corner, and that starts with making some shots.
All right, well, now that we have put the league on notice, I'll just go ahead and say we can all be better in 2024. It's not just the people in the NBA we just called out. But that being said, Jay Money, you're off to a good start in 2024 with your picks. Why don't you share your best bet for this evening?
Yeah, my best bet for tonight is Wizards team total under 114.5. I'm expecting the Cavs to bounce back here defensively after allowing 124 points in their last game to Toronto Raptors. Went back and looked at it. After the Cavs allow 120 more points, they average 108 points in the next game as far as defensively here. So Wizards aren't the best offensive team. They do like to run and gun. They're the number one in pace, but this is the 24th team in offensive rating in their last 5 games. I'm expecting the Cavs to lock these boys up tonight. They might not touch 105 points tonight. So give me the Wizards team total under 114.5.
Meanwhile, Matt, you're going to be busy tonight on the NBA bet stream for Bucks Pacers in the NBA app. What is your pick for that game? By the way, one of the most intriguing games in a minute.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. Fascinating game. Love this matchup. Very excited to be on it. You can find it in the NBA app on League Pass. Just go to the stream section for Bucks Pacers. You can catch us betting all things live during that game. My best bet for this one's going to be under 258.5. Now, look, I don't like betting Pacers unders. I've loved betting Pacers overs this season. It's been one of the most fun things you can do. But look, the market has hit its zenith, and these teams, I think, have started to hit their zenith offensively and as far as being bad defensively as well. The under has hit in 5 of the last 6 for the Pacers. Big reason for that is Indiana is, I can't believe this, 12th in defense over the last 2 weeks. They have started to play a little bit, not a lot, a little bit of defense. The Bucks are 13th in defense over the last 2 weeks. This is a high point for the Bucks and Pacers defense this season. This is a low point, I think, for some of them offensively in terms of the matchup. They're very familiar with each other, and when you're this familiar, this is going to be their 5th matchup this season. We very rarely see that kind of thing in the NBA. Now the in-season tournament allows for it. You see a team this much, you learn how to guard their actions a little bit better. Again, we're not talking about some crazy low under here. It's 258.5. But I am going to go ahead and project it. I've got projected around 250. I'll take the under 258.5 in Bucks Pacers tonight.
Plus, I think this game means a little something to both these teams, so they're just going to hopefully put maximum effort out there on the defensive end. And Jay, I did want to follow up with you real quick on this one because I know you're really big on revenge spots. And the fact that 2 days ago, the Pacers broke a 15-game home win streak for the Bucks and beat them on their home floor. Were you staying away from this for a reason? Anything giving you caution as to, the Bucks trying to get revenge?
Yeah, the Bucks, they definitely have revenge, and it's not something I would go against too many times, but I do know that they can't guard opposing guards. I mean, Benedict Mathurin did whatever he wanted in that game. Tyrese Halliburton did whatever he wanted in that game as well. But also, the Pacers don't have an answer for Giannis. So it's really kind of pick your poison type of game. But I agree with Matt there. You definitely have to look towards the under. I mean, the 5th game so far this season between these two teams, he broke it down perfectly. They know what each other like to do there. So I definitely look towards the under as opposed to trying to figure out who's going to win here.
All right, sounds good. Jay Money, Matt Moore, always a blast with you guys. Thanks so much for coming on.